A new formal photograph of the British royal family has drawn attention, particularly to the Princess of Wales. As often happens, public focus naturally shifts toward her presence and appearance. One detail stands out upon closer observation: the tiara she is wearing. This piece is widely recognized as one that was strongly associated with a former Princess of Wales. The same tiara, worn by two different royal women across generations, reflects subtle dynamics within the royal family. When the current Princess of Wales wears the Cambridge Lovers' Knot tiara, it is typically not worn by the Queen. This is not due to rivalry or disagreement. Instead, it reflects a deeper system shaped by royal protocol, public perception, and mutual sensitivity. These unwritten understandings create boundaries that do not require formal enforcement. The Cambridge Lovers' Knot tiara is not only visually striking but also historically significant. It was commissioned in 1913 by a Queen consort from a well-known jewelry house. The design features 19 hanging pearls shaped like teardrops, suspended from diamond arches and intricate knots. It was created as a replica of an earlier tiara owned by a duchess from a previous generation, with origins tracing back more than 2 centuries. The tiara's craftsmanship combines diamonds set in both silver and gold, allowing it to reflect light from multiple angles. While experts estimate its financial value to be in the millions, its historical and emotional importance is considered far greater. The tiara was later inherited by a reigning queen, who wore it frequently during the 1950s before it gradually faded from public attention. Its prominence returned in 1981 when it was given as a wedding gift to a new Princess of Wales. From that point forward, the tiara became closely associated with her public image. It was worn at numerous formal events, including state banquets, international tours, diplomatic receptions, and official ceremonies. Over time, it came to symbolize elegance and grace. Although it was reportedly quite heavy and sometimes uncomfortable, it remained one of her preferred pieces. Following her death in 1997, the tiara was returned to the royal collection in accordance with established tradition. For many years following, it was not worn publicly, instead being stashed away as if out of reverence for its close link with its former wearer. Understanding how royal tiaras are controlled helps to make this scenario clearer. These goods are not often owned or shared. The royal jewelry collection is separated into various sections. Some works are in the Crown collection, which means they belong to the monarchy as a whole and are passed down from one monarch to the next. Others are privately owned by members of the royal family. A third group comprises items owned by the reigning monarch but loaned to other family members. The Cambridge Lovers' Knot tiara falls into this third group. It is subject to the authority of the present monarch, just as it was under the previous one. The monarch ultimately decides who can wear such ornaments, especially at ceremonial gatherings. However, in practice, the system is flexible. Senior royal women frequently form ongoing connections with specific pieces. Personal preference, appropriateness for the event, and understanding of the emotional significance of specific goods all influence these decisions. No family member has the authority to assign or limit access to tiaras. Even highly regarded and senior members do not have influence over the royal collection. The monarch retains control over the procedure while allowing for personal discretion within established norms. Royal conventions also specify when tiaras can be worn. Typically, they are reserved for married women or formal official events. This explains why younger members of the family, including those high in the line of succession, do not wear tiaras until they reach proper milestones such as marriage. During a recent coronation event, for example, a young royal donned a decorative headdress that looked like a tiara but was not classified as one. This choice struck a balance between respect for tradition and a more modern approach. Overall, the system demonstrates a fine mix of continuity and flexibility. It is molded less by conflict than by a desire to honor past while keeping responsive to contemporary demands. The current Princess of Wales' continuous use of historically significant objects demonstrates a symbolic connection to those who have held the post before her. The Lovers' Knot tiara reappeared in 2015, 18 years after Diana's death. Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, wore it at the annual diplomatic reception at Buckingham Palace. This was significant because it demonstrated that Catherine was embracing her role as Princess of Wales and carrying on Diana's legacy. Catherine has worn the lover's knot as her signature tiara since her debut in 2015, much as Diana did before her. She wore it to the 2017 Spanish state banquet, as well as the 2018 and 2019 diplomatic receptions. People repeatedly likened her to Diana, pointing to their similar elegance and manner. Catherine withdrew from public appearances from 2020 to 2024 as a result of the pandemic and her early cancer diagnosis. For nearly 2 years, the lover's knot tiara sat unworn, fueling anticipation for her homecoming. Catherine made a stunning return in July 2025. At the French state banquet at Windsor Castle, she wore a magnificent crimson Givenchy gown with a cape and the Cambridge lover's knot tiara. It was the first time she had worn it since her medical troubles. The internet reacted with enthusiasm, welcoming her comeback and decision to wear Diana's tiara. Brigitte Macron, the French president's wife, praised Catherine's elegance, and the fashion press named it one of the decade's best royal fashion moments. Catherine wore the tiara again in September 2025, this time with a golden lace gown, to the United States state banquet in honor of President Donald Trump. President Trump praised her, saying she was vibrant, healthy, and attractive. Prince William sat nearby, alongside Queen Camilla and First Lady Melania Trump. Catherine debuted Queen Victoria's Oriental Circlet tiara at the German state banquet in December 2025. This stunning tiara with rubies and diamonds had not been seen in 20 years and was adored by the Queen Mother. This decision demonstrated that Catherine is not simply Diana's heir, but also establishing her own legacy by linking with previous royal women and making her mark on history. Catherine's relationship to the lover's knot tiara demonstrates how she honors Diana while proudly carrying out her job as Princess of Wales. She's not trying to be Diana again. She is Catherine, and Diana's tiara has found a new home in her story, which explains why Camilla has never worn it. Many people wonder why Queen Camilla hasn't worn the lover's knot tiara, given that she is Queen Consort and has access to all royal jewelry. The solution is straightforward. It's a wise decision based on her understanding of emotions and public opinion. Camilla has a large selection of lovely tiaras to pick from. Her favorite piece is the Greville tiara, a diamond honeycomb design made by Boucheron for Dame Margaret Greville. Dame Greville left it to the Queen Mother in 1942. Camilla wears this tiara frequently at state banquets, the state opening of Parliament, and other significant occasions. It has become synonymous with her as the lover's knot tiara was with Diana. She also wears the Delhi Durbar tiara, designed for Queen Mary in 1911, the Belgian sapphire tiara, which she debuted at King Charles I's state banquet, and, most recently, Queen Alexandra's Kokoshnik tiara, which has over 400 diamonds and has not been seen since Queen Elizabeth wore it in 2015. At the diplomatic banquet in November 2025, she displayed the Greville Emerald Kokoshnik tiara, which Princess Eugenie wore to her wedding in 2018. At the Qatari state banquet in December 2025, she wore another lesser-known tiara from the collection. Camilla clearly has a large collection of gorgeous tiaras. So, why is she avoiding the lover's knot tiara? According to jewelry experts, donning Diana's renowned tiara may cause a public relations problem. This tiara is more than just gorgeous, it marks Diana's heritage and is inextricably linked to her, a princess who wore it with grace before dying tragically. Camilla's public image is hampered by her close friendship with Charles during his marriage to Diana. She has worked hard to establish her own respected position by promoting reading, raising awareness of domestic abuse, and assisting military families. However, many people may perceive wearing Diana's tiara as rude or offensive. There is no proof that Camilla has ever requested to wear it. According to royal sources, the Queen Consort is pleased with her own jewelry collection and recognizes the significance of specific pieces. Observers have noted that she has never been officially photographed wearing the lover's knot tiara. Claims to the contrary are widely thought to be based on distorted photographs or misinformation. This is not about being stopped or denied access. Instead, it demonstrates sound judgment and an understanding of popular feeling. Certain pieces evoke powerful emotional responses, and decisions about wearing them are frequently dictated by practicality and sensitivity rather than formal constraints. Royal tiaras are governed by both official rules and unwritten customs. These informal standards can have just as much influence as official protocols. Some tiaras are particularly associated with specific historical figures and thus deemed more acceptable for certain people. The lover's knot tiara is one such example. A similar example is a well-known sapphire engagement ring now worn by the current Princess of Wales, which has great historical significance. Although there are no legal restrictions on people wearing these items, the boundaries are commonly observed. In contrast, some tiaras are entirely private family property. One prominent example is the Spencer tiara, which has previously been worn at a royal wedding. This piece belonged to the Spencer family and is currently kept by the family's head. It is expected to stay within the family rather than being transferred to the royal collection. Individuals marrying into the royal family generally wear tiaras borrowed from the royal collection for formal occasions such as weddings, as they do not have personal access to such relics. Senior royal family members typically have access to the most historically significant pieces. The Princess of Wales, as a prospective queen consort, can wear items that are not available to other junior members. This represents established convention based on job and status, not personal choice. Tradition also dictates when tiaras can be worn. They are traditionally reserved for married women and formal state functions. Younger members of the family do not wear tiaras until they hit certain milestones. During a recent coronation ceremony, for example, a younger royal donned a gorgeous headdress made of crystal and silver that looked like a tiara without being one. This enabled participation in the ceremonial setting while maintaining tradition. The choice of a tiara typically has symbolic value. Wearing some historical objects might help you connect with past personalities and their legacies. Choosing lesser-known or infrequently worn items might demonstrate confidence and a growing prominence within the organization. Although these signals have not been formally recorded, they are well understood and routinely observed. These practices demonstrate how the monarchy combines tradition and modern demands. The goal is to allow numerous people to have separate symbolic identities without overlapping. Jewelry purchases are so more than just aesthetically pleasing, they also reflect historical awareness, public perception, and personal associations. In the contemporary era, these decisions indicate how the monarchy manages its relationship with public opinion. One top figure's decision not to wear a well-known tiara demonstrates an appreciation of how significant public reaction is. At the same time, the Princess of Wales wearing the same tiara can be interpreted as a method to honor historical legacy while asserting her own presence. Another senior royal figure still wears a certain tiara that she acquired decades ago, and she does it at formal gatherings on a regular basis. This results in a consistent and recognizable personal image. Such patterns indicate a better understanding inside the monarchy of how symbols are interpreted by the public. Following a catastrophic loss in 1997, the royal family was criticized for appearing detached from public feeling. Over time, it has become clear that symbolic actions have substantial value. The way tiaras are chosen and worn today reflects the lessons learned during that time. Avoiding historically sensitive pieces can demonstrate respect for the past, whereas wearing them thoughtfully can commemorate legacy without overshadowing it. These decisions are made based on an awareness of the context and public emotion, rather than precise rules. The skill to handle these unsaid expectations is becoming more crucial. In an age of instant communication and worldwide attention, every public appearance is scrutinized. Individuals who grasp both formal etiquette and its subtle connotations are best able to manage these expectations. Looking ahead, the lover's knot tiara is currently connected with the Princess of Wales. As she continues in her capacity, this item is expected to remain an important aspect of her public image during major occasions. She will make her own history with the artwork while respecting its past. Royal jewelry frequently looks ahead to the next generation. When Catherine becomes queen consort, she will gain access to more important artifacts, such as the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This tiara was Queen Elizabeth II's favorite and has been featured on British banknotes for many years. Camilla wore it for the first time in 2024, demonstrating her increasing comfort with essential pieces. When this happens, the lover's knot may go to the next Princess of Wales if Prince George marries and his bride inherits the title. It might potentially belong to Princess Charlotte, who will acquire some of Catherine's regular pieces as a working royal. However, the Spencer tiara will never be part of the royal collection because it is owned by the Spencer family. It will most certainly be worn by future Spencer brides, emphasizing Diana's heritage rather than her royal inheritance. The lover's knot will preserve Diana's memories. Every time it appears, it will evoke memories of the great princess and generate headlines. These royal heirlooms are more than simply jewelry, they connect us to the past. Catherine understands this. Her decision to wear the tiara following her cancer treatment was purposeful. It demonstrated that she is still alive, battling, and continuing on the work Diana began. Wearing the tiara in July 2025 represented strength, legacy, and the continuation of Diana's sensitive attitude to royal duties. The reason Catherine wears Diana's tiara but Camilla does not is due to palace drama or familial tensions. It's about following the rules but remaining sensitive, preserving traditions, and recognizing unsaid emotions. Catherine wears the lover's knot tiara since she is Diana's direct successor as Princess of Wales. Time has passed, allowing the tiara to be worn again, and she has achieved public acceptance for her role. Her battle with illness, as well as her graceful return to work, have increased her acceptance. Camilla does not wear it since she recognizes the significance of symbols. She has developed her own individuality by combining other gorgeous pieces. Knowing which issues are not worth fighting over can sometimes be the best decision. The royal family makes these decisions with caution, having acquired valuable lessons about how the public perceives them, the respect they should exhibit, and the long-lasting impact of symbols. The Cambridge lover's knot tiara will continue to dazzle at state banquets and diplomatic events for many years to come. Each time it is worn, it brings back memories of Diana while also creating new memories for Catherine and whoever wears it next. This is the magic of royal heirlooms. They are not historical artifacts, but rather living symbols that connect generations while allowing each lady to tell her own story. If you found this video interesting, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell for more information on royals. Please share your opinions in the comments. Do you believe Catherine will continue to make the lover's knot her signature piece? What tiara would you like to see her wear next? I'd want to hear your thoughts. See you in the future video.